No, it's...
Pride, faith, art, and tradition. The commitment to life at a different pace.
What up? What up? What's happening, everybody? Let me see who we got here. This is going to be great. We got Brother Anthony in the house. Looks like Brother Curtis in the house. Just want to give some shout outs. My brother Lloyd, Denver in the house. Colorado. Brother Paul, Dino all the way from Australia. My brother Emmanuel from Taos. Austin from Wyoming. What's up, Austin? Brother Dale, Randomness, Kansas City, Missouri. We got Larry, Dino, Dan from Canada. Brother Paul, my brother Vince, Brother Vlad, all the way in New Zealand. My brother Steve in Mora. Brother Dave in the house, Michigan. Tunes, what's happening, my brother? John Cerna, what's happening, my brother? Pueblo in the house. Marcos Ramirez, what's happening, my brother? Brother Jim, good to see you on. Tomahawk Customs. My brother Jason, hope you're feeling better, my friend, Arizona. Ethan in the house. Glad you got your package, my brother. Appreciate you. Brother Tony in the house. Santa. Brother Freddie in the house. Colorado as well. Definitely a blessing, man. We're excited. We'll give it just a couple more minutes. But in the meantime, Deja kind of set it up here just to remind you guys. You know, we got just about everything you can think. Colored flakes, pearls. The ice pearls. We got the ready to sprays in 2 ounce, 4 ounce, 8 ounce. All your chrome silver flakes. This is even shreds. We got the kits if you want kits. We got crosses for sale that you can pattern out just like this. Hats, little mini surfboards. You know, all of the tape. So definitely, we got the rims too if you're trying to do one of the boards with a rim. So like I say, we appreciate it. Thank you guys always for tuning in. We got Alejandro in the house. Don't forget, press that like button. Press that subscribe button if you're not subscribed. Man, we really appreciate when you share with other people. And I'm not sure if we got Facebook and all of that too.
Yeah, Instagram, Facebook,
I want to say hi to my Facebook family. If you are on Facebook, if you could switch over to YouTube, that's the only place you will have a chance to win anything today for the raffles. Same thing with, what else are we on? TikTok and Instagram. Same thing. What's up, Instagram family? So I'm going to move some of this stuff out the way. Oh, man, we got a bunch of cool colored flakes,
Hi,
bunch of different
everybody.
things. Deja said, "What's up?" Uncle Rudy said, "What's up?"
What's up, everyone?
I know Rudy's pretty excited. We are finally doing his bike after almost a year and 9 months wait period.
Typical Rob Vanderslice wait period.
Yeah, it's the typical
We don't
wait
get the
time.
homie discount in the family.
Brother Mark,
Skipping the line.
Rubio in the house, my brother Chuck in the house. And let me tell you too, those that won last week, sorry, we are running a little bit late. We will get those out Monday to you guys that did win. I think it was Randy Fatlack. I'm trying to think somebody else had won too. No, that was it. Yeah, because what do you call it? Yep. So, of course, we are finally starting Rudy's bike. Woohoo!
Robert, Fong, Brianna.
All right.
Facebook, I gotta pull out.
What's happening, Fong? One of my good friends, another amazing artist. Always much love and respect to him. So we are starting Rudy's bike. Of course, we had based and flaked it. Like I say, it's been a year and like 9 months ago. We based and flaked it with the Vanderslice mix. So I'm going to put some wax and grease remover on it so you guys can kind of see. It is pretty flaked out. It's, we flaked the snot out of it. It's got the Vanderslice mix, which is the 0.004, the 0.008, and 50% of the 0.015. So, like I say, kind of wax and grease kind of brings it out. And of course, this will be definitely, it's a 2005 Road King. So, if I was doing something simple on it, we could get it done right away. But we're going to try to do something cool on it. Powder pink with powder pink polka dots with the powder pink pearl.
Get some Lowrider
Psych.
School Bike Club.
Yeah. All right, man. Those that are some of the students from the Lowrider Bike After School program. What is up? Mercy. Yeah. Way cool tuning in. She's an awesome student. And her dad's pretty cool too. I would say he's one of the mentors. Corrales, police officer. So, like I say, wanted to just kind of show you how flaked out it is. And of course, this will be different because we haven't done anything really round. It's always the flat panels or a skateboard or something like that. So camera wise, we'll see how that works out tonight. Because I'm going to be moving it all around. We were going to do, sure you guys vote, but you didn't know what you're voting for. I feel like doing it for fun. So let's take a vote, but this ain't going to be what we're going to do. Yeah, not dots. That's a total joke, Vince. And then, yeah, so Tony asked what colors. So this, we are so insert this into your brain. What's happening, Jerry? Nolan. So what we're going to be doing, so the bike is literally going to go from, and not sure on the colors yet, but this is for sure the scheme unless something changes. It is going to be patterns from one color, the front of the bike, to about half of the tank, the gas tank. And then it's going to go, so let's just say it is going to go gold, orange, and red. So the front fender would go all gold, of course, with patterns, maybe with some different shades, of course, in there. Then to half of the tank, and then from half of the tank to about the beginning of the bags, a little bit into the bags will go orange, and then the back of the bike is going to be red. with patterns, of course. So we're just trying to press, you know, back to that. Like my car is half one color, the other side's another color, you know, other whole another paint job. So this one, when you're driving down the front, you're coming at somebody, it'll be gold. And of course, like I say, we're not sure on colors yet, but I'm using that for an example. So the front of the bike will be gold. If you see Rudy taking off, it'll look like he has a red bike. And of course, you'll see, of course, the tank, a little bit of orange. But, you know, you just got to imagine the side view from gold to orange to red, but all patterned out. We're going to see, this is back to that, you know, trying to do something different. And so we're going to see how it turns out, of course. But I want everybody to fake vote. So let me see. So so number one, I'm going to give you three options. Number one will be scrolls. So let's just say this is kind of like what I kind of have drawn out. Wild style scrolls. This is just a quick sketch. Okay, the next one would be old school frame patterns, like your standard patterns, like most people do, where you're just framing it. And of course, I don't have any pictures of that, but you guys kind of get what I'm saying. 80s, 90s. And then that's number two. Number three would be tape fades, which would kind of be kind of like the three fade, but it would be mainly just all fades. So and you don't get to, so what we're going to do though, so I kind of messed up on the way we're doing it. You're not going to be able to vote on which one you want. We're going to do that second.
So there's three different choices that you will get to choose from. But you guys won't know what you're actually selecting. So it's not like number one is wild style. We're just going to say A, B, or C, and then we wrote everything on a piece of paper, and we would show you guys what A represents, what B represents, and what C represents. But they're mixed up. So if you were just to randomly put in A, B, or C, which one's your favorite letter, that's how Rob wants you guys to vote. Yeah,
so you're not going to know what, and of course, I already know what I'm gonna do for the most part. I mean, I don't know exactly what I'm doing, but I have an idea what I'm doing. But I just want, if we were gonna do this voting, I just want to know what it would end up. But like I say, you don't know what you're choosing. So basically,
A, B, or C.
yeah, A, B, or C, and that doesn't mean A was scrolls. That doesn't mean.
A, B, or C.
Yeah, just put A, B, or C.
Just type in one of those letters.
Yeah, so you guys put in A, B, or C. Yeah, we'll go through and we'll count. We'll see what's the most. And then we'll actually ask what you guys want to see. And then we'll go from there, which I already kind of figure what's going to happen. And like I say, I already know what I'm kind of going to do anyway. I should have put a straight candy fading from gold to orange to red. Woohoo! We could be done tonight. No, just kidding. Oh my gosh, Vince put A, B, C, D, E, F, G. It's funny. Hey, we got a couple other. What's happening, Brock? Who else? Stefan, what's happening, my brother? Man, amazing work, brother. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for supporting, brother. Brother Steve in the house. Yeah, the wheel of fate. Laugh out loud. That's funny. Vlad said 13. Hey, brother Rob in the house. What is happening? Richard Marufo. What is happening, my brother? Stockton, California in the house. Shout out to Stockton. Okay, so we'll just go watch.
I counted everything, so I haven't counted everything.
Okay, Deja has them counted already. And then we'll do a real vote.
So we had 8 people for A, 11 people for B, and 6 people for C. So if we were to do it that way, this is what I had everything as. So B would have won, and it would have been Wild Style Scrolls.
Yeah, Wild Style Scrolls. So now let's revote again, or let's just say what you want to see just straight up. If you want to see Scrolls, Fades, or Old School.
So everyone would put B on the test is what I'm getting?
Well, no, they can just say what they want.
No, I'm just saying, if they were to take a crazy test, you know how your grandma always says, mark C if you don't know the answer.
Yeah.
Everyone's marking
Brother Aaron in the house. Boy, we got quite a mixture here. Johnny Quinn. What's happening, Johnny, in the house? Hobbs in the house. Felix, what is happening, my brother? Scott, hope you're doing good. Love you, brother.
But like I said, what are square patterns?
So, it's not really the squares. Old school would be more like, I'm trying, I wish I had something to kind of show you guys.
I'm not making that up. He's so patient. What if it is?
No. It would be kind of what everybody usually does. So we'll give it a quick second. Deja's counting up real quick. Brother Jay in the house. And then homeboy said old school with some scrolls popping in and out. Old school fades. Brother Jerry in the house. Hey, what's happening, Gil?
They said just flake it and call it a day.
Flake it and call it a day. That's what I'm saying. That's what. We'll just throw some lime green pearl on it and call it a day. We'll muddy out the flake and call it a day. The easy way out would be to do just some old school.
I have 6 for old school, 6 for fades, 9 for scrolls, and then wild style.
The wild style would be the scrolls.
4, right?
Yeah.
So
wild style would be scrolls or just.
That would be the most so far.
Yeah, for sure. So back to that, it looks like for sure wild style scrolls that wins, of course. So that would be me doing something like this, which that's what we're going to try to do. And like I say, there's not going to be no symmetrical. It's going to literally be wild style. So that's kind of like quite a few cars back in the day. I just, I tell people, it's either going to be the same on both sides or we'd be doing wild style, which is just kind of going up. And like I say, hopefully you guys, it looks like we can see it pretty decent. So, and then like I say, let me break it down too. This is going to, I don't want to say how long this could be, 6 weeks. It could be 8 weeks. It could be 10 weeks. I'm going to try to be every week. I'm not going to be able to be on next Thursday. Keep me in prayer. I got to go in for a procedure, one of those little procedures. So keep me in prayer on that everything goes smooth and whatever they end up finding is nothing. So the week after we'll be returning. And like I say, I'm going to be trying to go live every Thursday. So we'll try to keep that. And then let me tell you, since this is going to take a little bit of time, I'm going to kind of be doing some of the main work with vinyl. That way it's on there and we don't have any issues. Don't got to worry about it. I go next week for mine. He said, yeah, the procedure. There you go. Yep. That's when they check the old back end and then they're going to do on the, you know what I mean? And the, yep. So we'll keep that on that. But definitely thanks for everybody turning in. We got 79 here. Boom, boom, boom. Appreciate it, Jerry. So, like I say, with this, I kind of got this drawn out. Where that ends up starting and where it goes is, and how big they are is one thing. And like I say, it's really just, most of the time, I don't really draw things out. I might get a general idea, and then we go from there. But, like I say, we're just going to do it. And this is going to take some time. There's going to be some wiping it up and taking it back up and restarting. So, and I know Rudy's pretty excited, like I say. And then you got to think, let me tell you guys. So, man, personally, me, I hate doing stuff like this. I would rather do the side of a diesel that's flat versus doing something round. Man, it's just, it distorts everything. So if you're doing, like, say, wild style. So let's say we're doing, of course, old school. And which I'm going to still run a border. We're going to run a border first. I always do that. And then, of course, if we're doing old school, it would be going inside this and then running, of course, cutting through with some patterns and then running something in between that. That's not really no issue because then you can just flip it. You know, most people will put like some silver leaf with some spun leaf in there, and then they'll do a whole set of patterns inside here with whatever's going to go inside here. But when you're doing wild style and you're doing the scroll work, man, it's so easy for stuff to look distorted because of the bends. You know, because of the bends, sometimes it'll look right from this angle, but then it'll look up from this angle. So it's, man, it just makes things a lot harder. If it was a flat board, man, it just makes it so much easier. And like I say, that's why I don't do the cups. I don't really do helmets. I'm like, man, I already paid my dues doing those things, and I just don't like it. So it's one of those things that, you know, it's, you know, I just, it's not fun to me. Like I say, I want to still, you never want to make this to where it's a chore. And I hate to say, you know, a lot of us that do it for a living, man, it does end up with, it ends up a chore sometimes, and you don't even like what you're doing. You know, it's like one of those things. So like I say, I'm going to run just our border, kind of our usual border, which, let me try to get it a little bit comfortable here. And I'm going to do about 1/4 of an inch like we usually do, like when we're doing the boards or the skateboards. And of course, this has a molding that goes here. Same thing up in the front here. So back to that, like I say, this will be a little bit weird because you guys won't be able to see some of it. Like some of these, that's why I say it's kind of camera-wise to do a motorcycle, since we haven't done one before, you know, on the camera. Hopefully you guys are able to see most of it. You know what I mean? So I'm going to turn it. And like I say, you won't be able to see this over here. Like I tell you guys, man, I'm shaky. If I can do it, you can do it. And definitely appreciate everybody tuning in for on their Thursday night. Appreciate you guys. Like I say, any of these products that we're using too, you can get on the website. And if it ain't on the website, ask us. Our phone number's in the description, me and Deja's. And most of the time we can make it for you. We can mix up factory colors, most everything. There's some things my brother Mark needed some Peterbilt, some colors, and it's not in the system, unfortunately, which is kind of sad. And then down here, I'm just going to end it because it's got the molding that goes along that. And you know me, this is usually framing it, and then we're trying to get basically our framing set up. That way we can run tape. I strongly encourage all of you guys, always tape this up after, because then you have to cut every tape that comes off the edge. You'll have to go along and do a bunch of different cuts and then retape. Think smart, think ahead to where you're making it, how do you put it? Think smart to where, you know, it makes everything a little bit easier. It's already bad enough how many patterns going to be throwing that it's just crazy, let alone making extra work. So, like I say, Try to think smart, tape smart. And sorry guys too, I think the table's moving a lot, so it's shaking the camera. Snap on that. That's bouncing the whole table. Boom, boom, boom. I know some of this you guys can't see because I'm taping the front. Huh? Oh yeah.
So let me pull up while you're doing that since they can't see. Let me pull up the.
Yeah, for sure.
Asking, is that a plastic or metal fender?
It is metal. Yeah, Rudy's got another bike that's getting done. Mario's doing it. And that one he had Joey extend the fenders on it, right? Or had plenty of time, but we basically flaked it too quick. Even though we had all that time. Like I say, I'm going to tape all this just where it's protected right away. Let's see what we got here for real though. Prep starts Tuesday. Yeah, exactly. That's crazy, brother. Same thing. That's crazy. It's no joke. And I'm getting the other one where they shoved endoscopy, where they are checking too, because I've had stomach issues for the last 4 years. Personally, I think my stomach issues are from drinking that freaking energy drink stuff. Bang. That Bang drink. When I was doing my brother Alfredo's bike, that stuff tore my stomach up, man. What's happening, Dad? Yeah, push the like button, everybody. Yeah, paint for my Impala, Rob. She's going red for sure, brother. We can do solid reds. We can
sell the paint. Rob's too busy to actually paint it.
Yeah, I'm too busy to paint it, but I will sell you the paint to paint it. But yeah, we can mix anything up, my brother. I do a lot of 50s and 60 colors. Some of the solids, pastels.
Acidic acid in the vein.
Yeah, this is crazy, man.
While you're picking up pineapple, I'll share the.
Yeah, for sure. And then speed, yeah. If you want to talk about it.
I just wanted to share the website real quick because I know a couple of you guys have asked. So just if you haven't been to the website, this is the website. It's VandersliceCustomShop.com. Of course, the homepage you can find if you haven't seen the CBS featuring the lowriding, highlighting Rob Vanderslice. It's got a link to that in the website. And then up here is going to be the all products. So this is literally if you just want to scroll to see what we have. And we have so much stuff on the website that's it's not just limited to what you guys see. The shop by collection is if you guys want to break it down, you want to look specifically for like colored flake, shirts, custom art. We'll come back to the affiliate program, the highlight the customer's art. So just make sure that you guys are posting anything on the Facebook group, on Vanderslice Custom Shop, the Facebook group, because we are trying to make sure that we just post everything that you guys do utilizing the product. So just super shout out to we have so many talented people out there. We definitely appreciate you guys. And then of course pictures just from the Lowrider Patterns class. We have some pictures from last year.
And of course, yeah, from the class. Then you've seen Vlad's work. You've seen my brother Austin's work. Brother JJ's work on there. Trying to think, it went through pretty fast, but yeah. Manuel's work on there. Quite a few people. You know, we appreciate you guys sharing what you're working on, especially what you're using our products. You know, what the products on, and give us a minute. We'll be posting some more of you guys' stuff, like Jason and some other people's stuff too.
And then this one is just some articles, some news features with Rob Vanderslice. So it's got a list of stuff that you guys can check out to see some stuff that he's done before. Of course, the contact page, the About Us page, just a little bit of who we are. And then, of course, one of my favorite, the prayer requests. If you guys have anything going on, man, definitely send us some prayers so we can lift you guys up in prayer. And then this is the newest tab that we have. It's the affiliate program. So if you click on it, we definitely are wanting people to just become ambassadors for Vanderslice Kustom Shop. So if you want to talk about it, so I can show them on the website. So.
Okay, so the affiliate program, which I know Adam has it and quite a few other people. We want, so basically what it'll do, you can get paid if it is a successful buy from somebody from a link that you provided or that you shared. It will, once you sign up, it will literally point them to our website, but it will attach you as the one that they got the actual link from, and you'll get paid 10%. You can either take it in cash or you can use it to buy products. So let's say you do point people and they spend $1,500, man, you end up with $150 cash. So you know, and that's on anything. And it's back to that. If you want to use it to buy stuff from the site, or if you want cash, once it builds up, I think to $100, we will send you money. Every $100 you will get paid. So man, we really want to encourage you guys to try to share it. It's going to help us. It'll help you. It's a blessing for us. It's a blessing for you. Like I say, who wouldn't want free money? And it's really just you sharing the link. If you got a page too that you got something, if you're using our product and people click on it to go to the shop and it's attached to your link, then it will add up. It automatically goes. Deja will be able to see what you guys are earning. And like I say, 10% will add up. It's a little extra money every time it adds up to 100, you'll get paid. So like I say, we appreciate you guys. And like I say, there's so much competition out there. Like I say, it's any little bit helps. So we appreciate you guys. And if you have any questions, you can definitely hit us up. But like I say, once you click on that, you're able to sign up and you're in. And then you can just share the link and go from there. So like I say, we appreciate you guys. What's up, Lisa? What's up, Jaime in the house? So I'm going to start trying to lay some tape here. Like I say, got it all masked up, framed out, kind of like we would a skateboard or like we would one of the boards. And this is just going to be kind of wild style, like I say. So we'll be going in. Like I said, it's a little awkward. I'm used to doing it on something a little bit different. So I'm going to make sure it's comfortable and hopefully you guys can see it. This is kind of angled towards me. Like I say, we will be using vinyl. that's crazy. You know, what we need to do is get one of those things that don't shake. It's those that people be walking around with. They have their phone in it. You got to think this is what people go through when they're trying to figure it out. I can't tell you, you know, I'm on the spot right here with you guys. If I was doing this by myself, whoo, this would be honestly, I hate to say, like most bikes, until I get going and figure out what I'm doing. This is being pretty straight up. It could be a 3 or 4 day process. Can people afford to do that? Absolutely not. But when you care about what you're doing, that's what you'll do. You just won't put the very first thing that you start laying on and you just go with it. If you really care about your work and you care about what you're doing, you're going to do it until I'm happy. I personally don't care what other people think. And I'm not saying that in a crazy way. You know, I really want it to look good personally myself, and I want it to be something I like. So it's one of those things. I'll tape, I'll untape, I'll move it. And it's a different thing when I'm here with you guys and, you know, you got to perform. You literally got to perform. And it's a hard thing. You know what I mean? So for things to work out the way you want them to, it just doesn't happen right away. I don't care for the best of the best. Like I say,
we'll have to lift up whenever your father is too. He just in there.
definitely
10
lift
years
up.
old watching your.
Wow. Definitely want to lift up.
I'm gonna say Joaquin, but just
yeah,
say
Joaquin.
he's one of your followers.
Yeah, definitely.
Just something, no?
I'm gonna lift him up, man. For sure, my brother Jim. Appreciate it. Brother Eric in the house. The Lowrider teacher. Alante in the house. Prickly Pear Records. Go follow my son. Prickly Pear Records. Alante Vanderslice. Alante Vanderslice Topic. So, like I say, until you figure out what you're doing, especially when you're doing wild style, it's not like it's just gonna happen right away. Like, let's say I was gonna do just regular old school patterns. We would basically run a line. I don't care what you're doing. If you're just gonna be running the usual old school like most people do, and then some lines through it, that's easy. That's pretty easy. The wild style's definitely a little bit harder, like I say. So I'll start up here, see what we end up with. Not cut that up right there for right now. And like I say, when you're using vinyl, if you have issues, break out with the heat gun, heat it up, which we'll be doing. from time to time here. And it's really, like I say, could have done something a little bit easier to make it simple, but man, I want this to really come out really good. So we're gonna trial and error this. And especially since it's round, like I say, boom, boom, boom. So if you see moments where nothing is happening, I'm trying to figure it out. Yeah, definitely, Lisa. Love it. Hey, thanks, Adam. Appreciate you, brother. Hopefully it made it in time. Brother, we were trying to get you it out as soon as we could too. I know you needed it pretty fast. I know the weather's been crazy just about everywhere. And let me tell you, you know, you guys that are trying to do something like this, man, I got to say, sometimes when you're doing it, you know, to really get going until you're happy and you get a flow going, man, sometimes it's dead ends, a dead end, a dead end, a dead, you know, you don't like it. It's like, and like I say, most people will see it and they'd be like, man, that looks cool. And to me, I'm like, man, it just doesn't, it's not flowing right. It doesn't look right. Okay. So I am going to slice this up, which I hate to do, and then I'm going to add to it. So I didn't make it long enough to right there. I'm going to add to it here. Let me cut this over here. And then I'm going to turn this over here. Like I say, it's really hard sometimes. Sometimes it can look awkward where the turn is. So you got to make it to where it like looks pretty good at quite a few different angles. And sometimes that's a little bit difficult. Without making it look wobbled or square. Okay, so I'm gonna put that there. Okay. Still shaking quite a bit. Okay, and then I'm gonna move this. Always work comfortable till you're able to tape. What's happening, Brother John? Is it snowing up there? I appreciate that, Jerry. Definitely. I know you be sharing stuff quite a bit. It's definitely a chance to make some extra money. At that same token, helps out our business. It's just a good thing all the way around. Like I say, this is it's not as easy as it seems when you're doing wild style, unless you're just gonna put whatever and go with whatever. But if you're really trying to do a good job, you're not gonna just go with whatever. You might have to do a few compromising things in a few areas because it's just you're trying to fit and make things happen without really a plan. Especially when the round shapes, like Austin said, you know, it's definitely a hard. It's a little bit harder when you're doing something like this. Like I say, there's lots of times I just take it all the way back off. Let me try to see what I got here. You guys see the heat gun? Okay. So what I'm gonna do, like I say, I'm a pretty big firm believer and using the heat gun. I'll come back in, literally heat this. Once it gets heated, it is on there. And it's not going to be wrinkling, it's not going to be budging, it's not going to be coming up. I know some people put a little bit of tape to hold it down. Man, I just can't get, my OCD, I can't get past all the areas being taped. So, and then I'm going to come back. I'll come back in on this one. We're going to cut. Right there.
Somebody asked, what brand tape are you using, Rob?
This is J tape. We sell it. It's made in England. It's vinyl. We have 3M too. I have all the green 3M, 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, 1/8 inch. J tape, I got 16th inch, 8 inch, 1/4 inch. And then we got in J tape masking tape, 1 millimeter. Woo, that is real small. 2 millimeter, 1.5 millimeter. And the flake on this is the Vanderslice mix. You can find it on the website. It's 3 different sizes. 20% 0.004. It's 30% 0.008, and it is 50% 0.015. So same thing. I'm going to come over here. Man, with the heat gun, it presses down in there, no leak throughs. And like I say, vinyl tape, you see most of the time I'd be using the masking tape. But when it's situations like this, where this thing's going to be taped possibly for a minute, especially in the summer, if you're working on something in the heat and your shop is not cooled and it's just baking, man, and you're going to have tape on that thing for a few months or more, then vinyl is where that kind of comes in. But like I say, I mainly use masking tape almost all the time. Like I say, it's always usually masking tape. J tape, 1/8 inch, 3M, the green. Same thing, J tape, 1/4 inch. Old school green, 3/4 inch. So now this is basically our start. Now, am I happy with that? So far I am. Now it's a matter of building up of this. And we're just going to keep adding to it. And hoping we don't run into stupid, you know what I mean? And what I mean by that, it's just where it just ends up kind of nonsense. And I hate to say, no matter what wild style, it might look like nonsense to somebody. I mean, you get it, wild style, scrolls. Everybody's got their own style. Like, man, I gotta say, my favorite scroll guy, which we've all been doing scrolls for years. Scrolls were something, I mean, even before my time. You got to think the doc always would do those scroll work, and I always tried to utilize a lot of old English, little hook and curls. I always tried to utilize graffiti, and this is going back as far as 30 years ago. But one of my favorite, probably the best that does stuff like this would be Joe Angel out of Atlanta. Always much respect to him. Of course, Brother Randy Gutherson up in Denver. Same thing. Sick down in Houston. So, like I say, now it's just, man, a lot of looking. Okay, how can I come up with this? And like I say, you kind of see, kind of my drawing. So basically, this part right here would be right here. That's all we have is this. And it ain't exactly like I drew it. If you ever think you're going to get it exactly like you drew it, especially on a tank, there's times you do and there's times you don't. So then I'm going to try to come in and try to make this part work right here, which this is going to end up going over the side. It's going to end up going over the side. We'll see how that works out. And then we hope we can make this work over here, which will be on that side. Like I say, of course, this is a small drawing. Of course, it's going to end up a lot bigger than the actual drawing. But, and then, like I say, we'll see what we can come up with. You know what I mean? Yeah, the Celtic knots. There you go. I did a little geo tracker back in 2000 for my brother Eddie, and it had the Celtic knots in it. I appreciate that, Jerry, man. Really do, brother. Oh, what size is the base? So the base is the base silver is VCO2, but it's mixed in what I sell. So it'd be like House of Colors, coarse silver, metallic. It's got 3 different metallics in it. So now I'm gonna flip it over some. And then I always like to mix up the tape. 8/4, 8/4, 8/4. I like a lot of quarter now. And then I will come back and we'll outline it with some smaller tape for detail. Brother JR in the house. Yep, hard shapes to get with the tape. And you know, man, all the leather work you've been doing. Man, that scroll work. Doing it with tape is a whole nother animal. Like I say, so like I'm trying to figure out how to go about this. Basically, it's going to outline one more time around this, and we're going to hook and curl. So I'm going to come in with, I'm going to come back in with the 1/8 inch. And I'm going to try to leave a little extra to where I can get a little bit better of a hook and curl inside here, which sometimes is hard. So my whole point, we want to leave a little extra. And like I say, I'm trying to do this to where you guys can see everything. Usually I would be doing it. I have a old office chair that I took the back of and I wrap it with stuff and it turns. If you guys get me, the black office chairs, leather chairs, I'll unbolt the back off, the arms off. And that's usually what I'll work on for bikes because you can turn it, spin it, you can lift it, and you know can cover it to where like this. I have the pad on it with some poster board on it, you know, to where I can be moving it. But like I say, I'm gonna leave a little extra in here till I get this turn, and then I can go in there. I want to leave a little bit extra to where I can try to do what I'm gonna do in there. I'm going to have to move it out the way, but I'm going to be pretty much putting this along about 1/4 of an inch. We're going to be outlining. Like I say, always work comfortable. Move this thing around as much as you got to make it easier to tape to where it's more comfortable when you're pulling, you're laying your tape. Like you guys see, I'm pretty shaky. If I can do it, you can do it. Just do it. Like I said, there'll be some things you don't like. You'll have to tear it up, redo it. Unless you just go for it. Like I say, man, if you're one of those, just go for it and you just go with whatever. I'm not trying to beat you up, but man, it's one of those, you know, try to, you know, really it's back to that. If you take pride in your work, you're going to sit there and let me tell you though, is everything going to be what you want? Absolutely not. There's jobs I hate. No offense. And it's like, it's just, you were really trying for something and it didn't quite end up what you were hoping for. And that's going to happen to everybody. I don't care who. You know, those things are going to happen. Like I say, hopefully you guys can see when I'm moving it here. I'm trying to think if I should scoot it a little bit closer, which I think I am. So this is one of those judgment calls. I don't like the spacing. So I'm going to get this back out the way. I'm going to actually come back. And sometimes the tape, you've moved it so much that it ends up tweaked that you got to start over. I'm going to still try one more time with this. I think I can make it happen that it won't have the weeble wobbles. If you guys know the weeble wobble, that's just where you've stretched the tape already so much that you just can't get a straight line out of it. At that point, you could sit there and kind of try to manipulate it as much as possible. But I hate to say, I'm still going to see it, and somebody with an eye is going to still see it, especially other pattern people. I got to say, you know, back in the day, I really didn't care about what many other people thought. I was always trying to do the best job I could because I knew there was other people like me looking at it, judging it. And just like anything else, because of who I am, people are going to criticize it more, judge it more, be like, ooh, look, that's crooked or this ain't right. And like I say, I'm not perfect and I don't claim to be. We're still all figuring it out for sure, just like our walk with the Lord. But like I say, I'm far from where I should be in that area. But I keep trying to turn it to where you guys can see it pretty good. I'm trying to think if that is still about the distance I want to keep it. Still should have put it a little closer.
Definitely a lot of tape.
Yep. Don't feel bad, Lisa. We have always did a lot of tape. What's up, Lauren? Las Vegas, New Mexico in the house.
Yes.
Lauren and Lisa. Man, what a blessing. Got Lauren and Lisa right there in the comments. Lauren, one of the students that took the class up in Denver. She's from Las Vegas, New Mexico. And Lisa is one of the ones that took the class in Kansas. Man, definitely it is, I cannot say it enough, a blessing to see females doing this. And both of them, I consider family and friends. And like I say, I know Lisa's getting ready to work on her car. She's getting that done. She's got a vision and she is doing it. And Lauren just got through, her grandpa just passed away and she just did a casket for him. Came out amazing. My brother Austin, same thing. Just took the class too here in Albuquerque, came down from Wyoming. He's doing some cool stuff. The Weeble Wobble. So now I'm going to come in. I'm going to leave this here for a minute. I'm going to come back. We're going to mess with this area right here. We're going to see what ends up. I got how I want it to look, but is it going to look? These turns in the scrolls, they are no joke, man. There's been times where I've turned them, whew, can't tell you how many times. And it's like by that time, man, if I had to redo this, I would have to splice in kind of like we did over there, try to make it work again. So, man, you want to try to like make it work without doing it too many times. But I got to say, there's been times to get this one turn, man, I'm not going to lie, man, 30, 40 turns trying to get it the way I want it. You know what I mean? And it's like, and then there's sometimes you turn it and it's just right away. You're like, yes. And then there's other times you're like, man, this turn. And I know you guys that do this know what I'm talking about. It's like, man, sometimes it just doesn't flow like you want it to.
We got phones dropping. He just saved it.
Holy
We
moly!
got phones dropping.
Rudy. It didn't hit the floor though?
No, it hit his foot.
Wow.
I'm recording screen back.
Hey, did you hear that? Deja's going to screen record Rudy almost dropping the phone and then share it with you guys. Just because he's lying on her. Always, Lauren. Definitely. Yeah, like I say, to see females doing this, man, we usually have about 3 in each class. And like I say, it's definitely a blessing to see. I know, that is crazy, man. He's got narcolepsy, man.
Rudy can't contain his excitement.
Yep, he can't contain his excitement. That's funny. I think I'm going to come to right here. And I think I'm going to cut it sharp right there. We'll do a little... Wherever I put the razor blade. Yeah. Okay. So with this, I'm going to come in right here. I'm going to cut that right there. Okay, and then I am going to come with the heat gun. Boom, boom, boom. So you guys are able to kind of see that going on there. Okay. Now we're going to have to work on this side. The turn over here. FBS, you'll have to order from us, Brother Rob. We ship up there. Yeah, that's funny, Brother Steve. Okay, so like I say, this is kind of an awkward turn. Like I say, without it looking wobbly over this turn, if you guys get me, so easy to not look symmetrical, the turn, just because of the shape. So this is where you literally got to compromise. It might not look even at every angle just because of the turn. So back to this. I'm going to try to get this in here, kind of like I showed you that design. And then I am going to tear this. I'm going to move it over to the side, tape it here, because I still got to do the inside line. Jay, what is happening? That's a good one, Brother Jay. Yep, I can't even do the dishes right if my wife is watching. That's right. Are you going to use pearls also? Not sure yet, Michael. Because the whole thing's flaked out. I mean, originally, let me tell you, this bike, almost 2 years ago when we were going to do it, kind of wanted to do it kind of California style where some flakes popping through. It's got some solid colors. It's got some of the the Tangelo and the Sunset and some of those, and then with some pearls. But now, since we're going to be doing, like I say, if you guys are barely tuning in, this bike, we're going to be doing something different. These ain't the colors we're using, but I'm going to give it another example. The fender will be candy gold with different shades all the way to about half the tank. From half the tank to about half the bags will be tangerine orange with all the patterns. And then from that back will be apple red. To where you're coming down the road, it'll look gold. If you're leaving, it's going to look red. So, like I say, we'll end up seeing how it looks. I have a vision in my head, but to make that work actually on the bike is one thing. So let me try this. I'm seeing a little... Man, I can't wait till March 9th, personally. What's March 9th, everybody?
Just do a rainbow.
Just do a rainbow, Steve said.
Rob, do you use black base under your flake or silver?
No, this is silver. I'm a silver guy. March 9th. Who's? Not my birthday. It is. Yeah, time change. Yep, yeah, time change. March 9th. Yep, I'm like, screw this winter deal, man. This is crazy. Yeah, this winter deal. And of course, and I see some of you guys had some crazy. Kansas was real cold. Okay, so now I'm going to come in. I need to go around one more time. Of course, let me do. So that's going to do that. Let me come in just real quick. So this part, I want to try to explain it right. So, man, so if I'm trying to do this, work with me here. So, if I'm, like right now, I just laid this line here. That's it right there. Now, in order for me to move on, because I'm going to have this going like this, like I say, I just let this hang for right now. The tape's going to hang because I'm going to have to do the other line. I'm going to have to come in with this line here in order to, so I can finish this. It's got to kind of be in like to where you're not over cutting and doing a bunch of extra cutting. if you think smart and kind of lay it out right, just because of the spacing. So like I say, I'm going to come in, I'm going to peel this back a little bit more. I'm going to come in to lay the bottom line. And usually, of course, you guys know I'd be using a bunch of different colored tape to where it looks cool during the whole process. But like I say, just because we're going to be doing this every Thursday, I'm going to be using vinyl. You guys don't really see me use too much vinyl, only for our border and things like that. So I'm going to swing this out for a minute. Same thing.
Never perfect,
nope. So same thing. I'm going to tear this here because I'm going to be running the next line over there.
Jonathan J said, definitely glad you're showing this style. I struggle with it.
Yeah, it is. What's happening, my brother Jay? Yeah, it is a little different. It's one of the harder ones for sure. It's easy to run some old school patterns, and you know, it's a lot easier. This, man, to get the turns right without looking like I'm saying weeble wobble or without it looking stupid. You know, it is a hard one, and there's so many people that have perfected it. So now, like I say, I'm going to come in. That's cool. That's cool. Brother Adam, what is happening, my brother? He must be already through for the night.
He's on the IG.
On the IG, brother. Time Warp Customs in the house. Always appreciate my friend Adam. Of course, he always goes live same night. Sounds like he finished early. Like I say, we'll be doing this. We'll be doing it every Thursday, maybe spending about 2 hours on it. And then we'll be picking back up where we left off. So back to this. Like I say, I'm going to be running the next line. And like I say, this was kind of the heart of what we're doing. And then we're just going to be building up of this. So now I'm going to come in over here. And of course, this one here, I'm going to be laying the same thing because I know I'm going to be coming around this one.
Said, yep, I finished early, Rob. Thank you.
Yep, always much love, my brother Adam. So same thing. And same thing, we're going to do a giveaway too. If you guys are on Facebook, Instagram, go over to YouTube. That's the only way you're able to win. Hit that like and subscribe button. And I think what we're going to do, what do you think for a giveaway? What do you think, bro? So I'm going to come in here. Like I say, this is all trying to make things work, trying to make things fit. What you have in your head, but making them fit in reality is another story. So I am going to flip this one back this way. And like I say, wish there was more angles, the camera, so you guys could see. Let me see here. What do you think for a giveaway?
I'm ready for it. So whatever you want to hashtag. Whatever you want to give me, Rob.
Like I say, last week, we'll get out who won last week. There's a couple people, Randy and my brother Chuck. So I think what we'll do, we'll give away a shirt and a 4-ounce jar of your choice of colored flake. So Deja's gonna do the hashtag right now. My brother Michael Legs in the house. Michael Legs. Shabbat Shalom, my brother. So yeah, a t-shirt. We got a bunch of new colors too, like I say, magenta, you know, not the actual shirt color, but the logo. Magenta, we got some greens, a few cool things, and then hey, cool, yeah, hopefully you get it. That's crazy. Of course, that's all the way up in Canada. Mine crossed the border this morning. Okay, and like I say, so I'm gonna swing this out. This is gonna be, like I say, it's hard when you're trying to swing a pattern out and you're trying to make it roll this way. There's a lot of movement that needs to happen in order to make it flow. Like I say, I'm gonna lift this back up. In fact, I'll just keep that there. And then let me see here real quick. Swing this out and I'll kind of show you guys. Of course, that fat one's got to work there. So let me see. This will take a few times. Do you know what you're doing? Hashtag?
Yeah. Hashtag Rudy, hashtag Heather, hashtag.
Yeah, let's do hashtag Rudy. Hashtag Rudy.
All lowercase.
All lowercase.
Hashtag Rudy.
So same thing, part of this you're probably ain't going to be able to see. Might take me a couple times to try to figure it out. Like I say, that's cool. Way cool. Hashtag Rudy.
Rudy said whoever wins, he's actually going to take you out on a date.
Yeah.
Everything's on him. He'll even come pick you up.
On the bike when it's done. No, just kidding. Oh, no, that is funny. So now this pattern, of course, is going to go under that one. Like I said, I'll have to recheck kind of the flow of this. And this, of course, what we're doing right here is this right here. So once it kind of comes on, and hopefully you guys are able to see, like I say, it's kind of hard to angle. But this is what we're doing right now. So this overlapping, I'll be cutting right here, and then it's going to hook back around and go back. So I'm pretty happy with that right there. So I'm going to peel that back. I'm going to keep a little extra on here. You don't want to cut it too short. And then for right now, I am going to, and I probably shouldn't, so I'm probably, just to make sure everything does flow pretty good, but I'm like, so far that looks decent. Let me see. And of course I can change it from that angle. So back to that. Now this here, same thing. I am going to there, except where I do want this to curve in a little bit more. Like I say, wish you guys could see this a little bit more. We are going to just kind of bring it in some. And in fact, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to lift this up I'm going to park it over here just for a second. That's what we call parking it there for a second. I'm going to swing this one down because I want to keep that about the same distance. And I'll lift it back up here in a second. Like I say, this is a pain in the rumpazoid, this style. But it's one of my favorite styles if we're going to keep it real. This is, man, I've been drawing the scrolls for, I can't even tell you how many years. And a lot of the scroll work, man, let me tell you. In fact, give me a quick second and we'll announce who won there real quick. Give me a quick second. So a lot of this work, let me tell you. So this would be, man, I can't even tell you, back 1998, I was working on Richard Ochoa's frame for that Monte Carlo. It never ended up getting finished. That's a whole nother story. But man, these $10 bills, look at this work in here. Like, this is an old $10 bill. Hopefully you guys are able to see it good. The new dollars are a joke, honestly, artwork wise. Look at this scroll work in here. Man, I used to really try to duplicate this. And of course, everybody is doing, you know, like a lot of the engraving comes from this right here. But I mean, look at some of that work. Look at this right here. Man, look at the little cuts right there, kind of almost like the little skid marks. You know what I mean? Look at that. I mean, just amazing work, amazing scroll work. You know, it's like, honestly, a lot of the new money is just plain, really simple. Okay, let's give away. Let's do that giveaway. Deja's gonna do it.
Drum roll.
Drum roll. Brother Michael Higgs. That's funny, man. Congratulations, Michael. Kansas City, well, I should say Independence, Missouri in the house. Woo woo.
Wrong one. Wrong Michael.
Yep, Michael. My brother Michael Higgs in the house. So I'm laying that there. Like I say, this. Let me make sure what's going on here. That's what I like before I end up making a commitment to cutting. Yeah, congratulations, my brother. Brother Dion in the house. Bloomfield. Okay, so before I make a commitment there, let me see here. That right there. Okay. Then we got that one there, and then we got another one coming through there. So I'm gonna have to be able to swing one through there. So this is not going to work right here. So I'm actually going to have to start fresh with just this one, which is no big deal. I say, it's kind of a pain for you guys to see what I am doing right there. Let me see here. So the outer one here, two here, that's gonna swing there. That's the outer one there. So I actually can, I'm gonna come in and I'm gonna actually cut this one. This is gonna fly here and I'll be able to build from there. Let me make sure just one more time. I know it's kind of hard. Like I say, it's hard for you guys to see angles and what I got going on. Okay. And I think I'm good with that right there. So I am going to do that. Like I say, I'm going to come in. I'm going to heat gun right there. I'm going to come in. I'm going to cut this. Cut this. Okay. Piece by piece, line by line. Hey, Brother Jerry, we love you, my brother. On my way home, finally. Thank you, Jesus. Let me see. Take care of my grandkids. Spent most of my day with my mom at the hospital. I'll log in again once I get home. Love you, my brother.
Love you.
Hello, Ruth. Okay. So now I'm going to come in. Now we got to try to fit. Like I say, we got to try to fit what I got going on here. So that's got to come around here and then come around. So and like I say, I'm gonna tell you guys, it's no joke, man. It's a lot of staring. It's a lot of trying to symmetrically fit things in the way you want them to fit. So like I say, it's a little process. Once you really got it to where it starts flowing, man, I love some of this. And like I say, if we're able to shade some of this, get some solid in there, some of those, and then continue to work our way through it. And like I say, there'll be times where I get a little frustrated in an area. And like I say, it can kind of I can kind of lay that down for a second. And just to even keep this solid, let me come in real quick. Press those down. Now with the heat gun, man, it literally, the fine line soaks down into the cracks. I mean, it just settles really nice. And like I say, I've had a job, you know, it's one of those ones I'm not proud of, but I had a customer's car when I was on meth. Man, he dropped it off, be like 2000. I had that car for like 2001. I had that car for literally 7 years. 3 of those years, once I did start laying patterns, the car was taped with vinyl tape on the patterns for literally 3 years. Crazy.
And then Josh asked, how do you keep the candy from spinning over on the tape and filling up when you pull the tape?
Now, honestly, that matters what binder, what intercoat clear you're using. You know, there's some that you have issues, you'll peel it up and it'll peel the candy, especially in some of the sharp edges. And you know, like what I have, the LV 500, man, I just love the intercoat clear. Don't have any issues with it, no peeling. It peels up without any issues, without peeling anything. Man, there's some pretty big name brands that Man, there's some issues, and that stuff's no joke, man. Price-wise, okay, so like I say, I'm gonna probably come back in here, and I'm gonna probably start working on this a little bit. That way we can kind of get, you know, I do want to tell that to you guys. If there's some area that you get a little frustrated with, man, move on. Go to a different area. It'll come back to you. You know, it'll be one of those things, and I'm not saying I'm frustrated with that area, but I'm going to kind of move on. Like I say, we'll do this till about 10. And like I say, we'll be doing it every week. I won't be next Thursday, but after that, we'll be doing pretty much every Thursday unless I have something crazy going on. And we'll just continue to tape. And let me tell you too, once you get a flow going, man, it starts working. But this is the hard part, getting a flow going. And once you get a flow going, you got something set, man, the whole bike ends up a lot easier. You know what I mean? And the good thing is that once you do get that flow going, like I say, it just makes it 100% easier. It's just a matter of me liking it, how the turns are going. I don't care what Rudy thinks. Laugh out loud. That's a joke, of course. Like I said, I always tell people, most people kind of let me do my thing. I usually ask them what they don't like and go from there. But, man, 99% of customers said, Rob, I trust you. Do your thing. You know, I don't like this or I don't like that. But otherwise, you have pretty much 99% freedom to do what you want. So that's always a blessing. So, like I said.
Yeah, that's that base flake and cleared, or just base and flake with inner coat?
No, it is based, flaked, and cleared multiple times with the VHS 900 clear. High solids 2-to-1. So now, like I said, I'm going to try to come in. This is kind of our next, what we're going to be swinging around here.
Rob asked, are you going to be getting a restock on stencils on the site, Rob?
Yeah.
We're down to like 4 that we have left.
I know, stencils, man, they definitely try to be stocking back up, man, but it might be a minute. Okay.
Is the back fender going to be the same?
Pretty much. It'll end up pretty close to it, Vince. Not identical at all, because this is wild style, so it's not mirror image duplicating. Like I say, this is the reason it's wild style is because there's no symmetrical. Both sides are not the same. Like I say, about 30%. Like even my Cadillac, people think the patterns are on the same from side to side. Of course, the color of the car from side to side is totally different, but the patterns are totally different too. From the front door up is the same, but all of the meat of the patterns on my car, the quarter panel and the rear door patterns are not even close to the same. And a lot of jobs that I did, like Casanova, absolutely not the same. Every single time I did it, it was not the same. Casanova 1, Casanova 2, the third time, the last time, same thing. Like Rolling Malo, that was the same. So I'm going to try to swing. Let's see, this.
Or it said, man, I bet it's going to be hard to stop. Once you start taping and get in the groove, it's hard to just quit.
It's easy to quit, but it's hard to start back up again. It's hard to get the flow going again sometimes. But once you get it figured out, like I say, it becomes a lot more easier. And please hit the like and subscribe button. If If you're not subscribed, I know it looks like almost everybody on here is family. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Okay. Let me see here. Yeah, we definitely got to get one of those cameras that don't move, huh? Whatever it's called. I never noticed all the shaking. As I'm taping, the whole table is shaking, and it's making the camera shake. I think it's because just this fender keeps moving around a whole bunch. So I say I'd rather tape the side of a diesel than work on these bikes or a helmet or the cups. I'm like, personally, it's for the birds. I say, if you're not enjoying it, then why do it? Okay. Then trying to get this proportioned right. That's going to swing around there. And then let me try to swing it a little more. You want to try not to stretch it. Like I'm pulling this way. And the whole thing is, you see my finger pressing down. This side is not, I am not stretching it really to turn this tape. Like I was telling the kids at the after school program yesterday, this is the side that's really driving the design. This side is just really guiding the tape, but it's not the one making the turns. People sometimes they get it twisted, and it's not. This is what's making the turn. It's just this is guiding it and pressing it down. Okay. Like I say, I'm trying to make this happen. It's no joke to make freestyle circles, let me tell you, without a weeble wobble. The weeble wobbler. We still have Facebook, quite a few people, or no? Instagram? What's up to the Facebook and Instagram family too? Appreciate you guys tuning in. So I'm going to keep that there just for a quick minute. That holds it down tight. Then I'm going to flip it back over here. We're like multitasking here. It's going to be hard to do to stop. Oh, yeah. Barely reading. And I'll kind of show you what I'm taping versus what's drawn. So this is what I'm doing right now. And of course, this turn right here, like we said, is this one. So of course, this is going to get cut. It's going to look like it's going underneath. This is going to get cut here to where it looks like it's going underneath this one. And like I say, then we're swinging out. What you've seen me do on the side right here is this right here. It's the beginning of this right here. So we're going to have to swing out the other tape. We're going to have to swing out another one in order to make that happen. And of course, this whole thing here, by the time it'll end up going up and around and then back with this right here. You see this little pattern. So now I'm going to come back. Like I said, I want to get this out the way just for a minute. I'm going to come back with the 1/8 inch right here. We're going to try to swing that in there. Of course, that one's on the outside. That. So back to this. See if it's going to work. I'm going to get this out the way just for a minute. And let me try. I'm going to actually try coming in from this way first. So let me get this one out the way. I'm going to leave a little extra again, and I'll have to get these both out of the way. Like I say, we're not done with this section here. I always like to leave an extra because whatever we're going to be doing with the turns. So I'm going to come in here. Like I say, leave a little extra. We'll see how that's going to work. And then now, once I got that laid, I'm going to get this back out the way this way for a minute. We'll kind of move these out the way. Until you're satisfied with skinny to fat, if it's going to work out. So we'll kind of go at that. And then back to that, I'm going to move this. where it's comfortable. And then it's a matter of making it do this turn without looking crazy from certain angles, if you get me. You know, it's one of those things, you know, when you're looking at it, of course you guys can't really see it, but it's one of those things to get that curve to swing around without it looking stupid. I don't know if that word's really the best word. Now, the same thing. So I'm going to move these back out the way because I'm going to be swinging that way, because I still don't know what I'm doing with that yet. Then I'm going to work on this here, get it to swing around. And like I say, sometimes, man, these will be, I don't know how many times I got to redo them because you're just not happy with the way it's flowing. And so far, so good. Of course, the way I got it drawn, it ends up crisscrossing and then coming over. But that's not going to work tape-wise. On the paper, it looks good, but with tape, it looks wrong. So you got to think whatever you draw sometimes doesn't quite translate to what you are doing with tape. Two different animals. Like I told the kids yesterday at class, man, this is my pencil. This is how I make money. I turn tape to make a living all these years to do designs. And it's a matter of turning the tape. You know, when you really think about it, like I try to explain to people, it's crazy. I make money by turning tape different directions and creating patterns, designs. And like I say, it's not always things don't come out always the way you seem. So you got to, I mean, it's just back to that, like taking it off, retaping it. Like I say, this is a matter of, I wish you guys could see. I wish we had like 3 different angles for the camera, but back to, like I say, transcribing for what you drew and what it ends up is 2 different animals. Let's see. Flip it back this way. It just, you guys probably still can't see it too good, but like I said, I could tell I probably spoke too soon on it flowing the way I want it to. Everything's going to look good except for I'm not going to be happy with this part. I'm happy with everything to right here. And then it's like, once it gets to here, put this back this way. See what we got going on here. It's going to be a showstopper. Thank you, my brother Vince. Most definitely. I say we could have just done some straight lines. Something simple, but I mean, I don't want to say simple, but something that's a little easier. course, let me see what we can do here. I should have left this a little longer, more to play with, to swing around. That's why you see I do. In these areas, I try to leave longer. Out of all the ones, I should have left this one a little bit longer. I'm going to get this one out the way for a minute. Try to see what I can do here. Might still be able to make it work out. In all reality, I could have cut it straight like that. I would have been happy with it, but I'm trying to see. We'll do that, and then we swing this up a little bit higher. We'll try that. Let me heat it. I don't know if you guys are able to see that. Almost need something to where it doesn't drop up that way. We'll do that. And then let me see here. Brother Dio in the house. Espanola Truchas in the house. Do that there, and then I'm going to cut right here just for right now. This will go under, leave that, we'll cut that there, over and unders. Hook and curl, and then, like I say, I'm going to turn this over here. Let me try to mess with this a little bit more here. I'm going to peel this one back just for a minute, and then try to put a little bit more of a swing into that one. And then I'm going to straighten out this a time. Let me do this one over. We'll do that one over that one. Get this one back out the way real quick. And then I'm going to crisscross this one over. And then we'll end up cutting that one right there. And back to that, I'm going to, same thing. Heat it up right there. Lock it into place. And same thing, I'm going to come along this. Same thing here. Boom. Not there. Like I say, and we got pretty much a good start of what we got going on. Like I say, still gonna need, you know, you gotta still run these other lines. And it's a start, and then we just build from there. So I think we're gonna call it right there for tonight. Definitely want to appreciate you guys for tuning in. That way Rudy can get some sleep. Laugh out loud. But definitely appreciate you guys tuning in for sure. We'll be back the week after. I lost. There we go. Back to the live. Yeah, let's go out with some prayer. Yeah, let's definitely pray for Joaquin. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, we come before you, Lord. First and foremost, we just thank you, Lord. We thank you for everything you do for us, Lord. Through the good, the bad. I know a lot of people are going through trials right now, whether it be health issues, whether it be financial issues, addiction issues, and just whatever else that the enemy throws at us, Lord. Pray that we stand firm in the faith. I want to lift up anybody on this live that has never given their life to the Lord. Let them know that you are still in the business of changing lives. Still in the business, Lord. A lot of us here on this live shouldn't even be here. But by your mercy and your grace, we are still here, Lord. So we just thank you. I want to lift up Joaquin. We just lift up, you know, every single detail of what's going on with that young man. And many other on here, my brother Jerry, so many others, Rob, so many others. You know every single detail about their life, Lord. And we just thank you, Lord. We pray just blessings. We ask for forgiveness in those areas that we fall short, Lord. Help us in those areas. Holy Spirit, continue to lead us, guide us, convict us, and instruct us, Lord. So I'm very grateful for everybody on this live, Lord. Pray blessings over them. In Jesus Christ's name, amen. Amen. Definitely love you guys. You guys have a good night. We will see you guys. Like I say, this is going to start looking way cool. We're going to be doing some cool stuff on this. Once we get a flow going, boom, 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 we're just going to keep going with it. And we'll see where this leads us. Love you guys. Have a great night. Thank you for tuning in. Really, do not take that lightly. If you need anything, hit us up. We appreciate the business. Don't forget about the affiliate program. It's on the website. So thank you. Like and subscribe. The affiliate program, you're able to make some money. 10% of whatever goes, successful sales that they go from your link. Sign up. If you need any help, hit us up. We love you guys. Have a great night.
Good night.
Boom, boom.